Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be working with the Griffin hot air balloon easel card dies. I've already unboxed them and opened them, and here I'm showing you the individual dies. So this is the easel layer, the shadow layer, the main die. We have our flounce, and we have a basket. I'm cutting this out of my Griffin teacup cardstock paper in this pretty tealy blue pattern with the red roses. I am going to be using the opposite side. It is double-sided paper for the easel layer. So here's what's going to happen right now. I'm just going to do all of the die cutting, put some music on, and then I'll be right back. Perfect. Now that we have all the pieces that we need to cut out of our card, we can get started making it. I did cut out more pieces and I ended up adding more embellishments because I forgot that I needed to do the bottom base layer. But I'll show you that later on in the video. So these are our embellishment pieces right here that I picked out for right now. Some of them I kept, some of them I took out. You'll see that which ones I'm gonna be using, which ones I will not. So this is our base layer in this teacup cardstock. And so what I did was I used one side for the base layer and then I used the other side for the main balloon layer. And I'm just folding on all of the score lines so that I can then add my shadow layer on top. I just love this die set, and the colors of the teacup card stock really just complemented it perfectly. But I think you could just use any card stock with this because just the design of this balloon is so pretty. I was like wondering how to line it up because it seemed like there was more on the top than on the bottom. So I did end up grabbing the instruction sheet, and this is it right here, so that I could look at it and see how they was done on the instructions. And it looks like it is supposed to be down a little bit, so that's just what I did. This card is very simple to make, so this is the only time that I pulled out the instructions to reference them on how to make this card. So with my base layer down, my easel layer, I'm putting glue and then I'm putting down my shadow layer, which I cut out of a light blue metallic cardstock from Griffin. It's not metallic in the way that it's got a shine or a shimmer. It's metallic in a more soft, I think that Crafter's Companion calls it Centura Pearl. So it's more like a Centura Pearl, if you know what that is. So the next layer that I cut out is the main layer, which I am going to offset on the gold, just to give it a little something in the background to play off of, which I think makes it look really pretty and brings out the design a little bit more, and just gives it that hot air balloon feel. Here it is close up. I then do the same thing. I layer on these, I don't know what to call them. I'm just going to call them flounces. If you guys know what they are, the decoration piece of this part. I layer it 3 times. I use the gold layer in the back, and what I'm using to line it up is what did it be called, the loop-de-loops on the bottom of it, and I'm just keep letting that gold peek out a little bit on the bottom loop-de-loop, and then when I put on the next layer, I'm going to layer it over the top of the 2 loop-de-loops so that you get this cascading loop-de-loop effect from this flounce decor die here that we put on the balloon. So I'm not gluing it any special way. I'm just kind of letting the glue do whatever it wants to do. And it takes a minute for it to dry. So I just kind of set that down. Now it's time to put our basket together. Now I do the exact same thing with this. Oh, just so you know, the purple layer that I'm using is also that same Anna Griffin metallic, that's more like a Centura pearl paper. And I'm going to layer this over the top of the gold piece so that it has that same offset look as the main layer does. Now I do my offsets a little bit to one side and down. I know that there are some people who only just do it to the side, and you can pick either side that you want to use for your offset. It's going to look pretty either way. I don't know why I settle on the side that I settle on, but it must just be what looks good to me. I've seen other YouTubers who put it on the other side. So it's pretty much personal preference on that. Okay, so for this main layer, which is the balloon layer, I don't know why I call it main layer, but balloon layer, I'm going to be using foam squares on there because I do want it to have some dimension so that you can see that gold in the background. So I am going to prop it up with foam tape or foam squares. I'm also going to do the same thing for the basket and for the decorative layer slash flounce, whatever you want to call it. And that's what you're going to see me doing here. I'd say, as you can probably tell, this card is pretty easy to put together. It's really all in the decorations and the paper that you use for it. So that's what took me the longest time to figure out what paper do I want to use, and then what die cuts I wanted to use as decoration for it on top. And then when I was doing all that, I forgot that I needed to do the inside, and that's where you're going to see me add more die cuts. As you may or may not be able to see, I did get rid of some of my die cuts that I was going to use on this hot air balloon because when I tried them out again, they just looked a little too busy. It was a little bit too much gold, so I'm simplifying it a little bit. I found this pretty little bow die cut in my Anna Griffin supplies. Pretty much everything on this card is from Anna Griffin. This butterfly I put right here, I end up moving it at the end and then adding it back so it will still be there, but you might see it move off and then move back on. And then this cute little banner hello sticking in the basket, so super cute. And can't go on without a flower, so just added this flower, which I thought went well with the color scheme, into the basket of this. I've seen people, make these into Easter baskets or, where there's a bird inside, all kinds of things. The sky's the limit with this. You just let your imagination soar and go with what you know or like. So as you can see, I just threw down a whole bunch more die cuts onto the table These are going to be for the inside of the card, which I told you I had forgotten about. So I was like, oh no. But I did have you cut out the pieces for it in the beginning. So I added the words on because I didn't cut them out at first. I had forgotten about this, and I did add it on in the words. So you should have all the pieces that you need to put the inside together if you decide to duplicate this exact card. And because of that, I think I'm just gonna let the music play, and then let the inside come together, and we can come back at the end and admire our work. And this is our finished card for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I would love it if you would share this video with a crafty friend, like, and subscribe. Have a great day. See you soon.